Hello students, we'll see the next problem here, fifth problem. Bagalkot Limited is considered the purchase of a machine. Two machines are available in the market. Machine A and B each costing rupees 2 lakh. Earning after tax and depreciation are expected to be as follows. They have given earnings it is. Okay, machine A and machine B they have given first year 50,000 and 25,000, second year 75,000 and 75,000, third year 1 lakh and 1 lakh you have, fourth year 50,000, 75,000, fifth year 25 and 50,000. So you have to check both alternatives, machine A as well as machine B, and 7 methods you have to calculate: payback period method, post payback profitability, post payback profitability index, average rate of return method, return per unit on investment method, return on average investment method, and average rate return on average investment method. Okay, so first we'll calculate cash flow. Okay, so here we have it as first year 50,000 and 25,000, second year 75 and 75,000, third year 1 lakh and 1 lakh you have, fourth year 50,000 and 75,000, and fifth year 25 and 50,000 we have. Cumulative cash flow you should check. Okay, cumulative cash flow we should calculate here. So first we have it as 50,000, second year 50 plus 75,000, you should take 1,25,000 here. Then after 1,25,000 you should add for 1,25,000 1 lakh, so you will get it as 2,25,000 here. Then 50,000 you should add. Okay, 2,75,000 you will get, 2,25,000 plus 50,000, so 2,75,000, 2,75,000 plus 25,000 you will get it as 3 lakh. Then cumulative cash flow we will calculate for machine B. Okay, first year 25 plus 75 we will get it as 1 lakh, 1 lakh plus 1 lakh 2 lakh you will have, 2 lakh plus 75,000, that is 2,75,000 you have, 2,75,000 plus 50,000 3,25,000 you will get. Okay, so first we'll calculate a payback period method. Machine A. Okay, annual cash inflow, how much we have? First year and second year it is 1,25,000. Okay, 50,000 plus 75, how much we got it as cumulative? Second one 1,25,000, but we are investing 2 lakh here. Okay, still there is a requirement of 75,000, means still you have to recover 75,000 here. So 2 lakh minus 1,25,000, so how much we will get here? It is 75,000 till we have to recover. And third year how much we have cash inflow? 2,25,000 for 1 year, means 12 months. So for machine value we have 1 lakh here, so you have to take 1,75,000 12 months. Okay, for 1 lakh it is 12 months we have, and 75,000 for how much months we can recover. So 75,000 for 12 months and 1 lakh we will get it as 9 months, means within 9 months you can recover 75,000 here. So therefore payback period how much we have? 2 years. Within 2 years we can recover 1,25,000, remaining 75 we can recover in 9 months. So total 2 years and 9 months we can recover the investing amount here. Then second machine we will see, machine 2. Okay, annual cash flow for first and second year we have 1 lakh, it is 25,000 plus 75,000, but we are investing 2 lakh here. Okay, there is a requirement of 1 more lakh, 2 lakh minus 1 lakh, so 1 more lakh we are required. And if it is in third year cash inflow we have 2 lakh, means exactly 3 years we can recover 2 lakh rupees. Okay, that is machine value we have 1 lakh, so for 12 months, so 1 lakh for 12 months, again 1 lakh means 12 months only we will get. Okay, so therefore payback period 2 years and 12 months, means again we will get it as 3 years, means within 3 years you can recover the amount here. Then second method we have post payback profitability here. Machine A we have total cash inflow minus cost of project investment. So total cash inflow we have 3 lakh minus 2 lakh. Total cash inflow we should take cumulative cash flow here. Machine A we got last one 3 lakh minus cost of project we have 2 lakh. So we will get it as 1 lakh rupees, means 1 lakh profit we can earn. Then machine B, how much we have total amount, total cash inflow? It is 3,25,000. Final amount of cumulative cash flow 3,25,000 you have, minus 2 lakh we will get it as 1,25,000. Then next we have post payback profitability index. Machine A we have post payback profit divided by cost of investment into 100. So we will get it as 1 lakh, okay, post payback profit 1 lakh we have, divide with the cost of investment 2 lakh into 100, okay, means for post payback profit we have it as 1 lakh here, then we will get it as 50%. Okay, machine B, how much we have post payback profit? We have it as 1,25,000 and cost of investment we have 2 lakh, okay, into 100, it is 62.5% we will get. Okay, this 1 lakh and 1,25,000 post payback profit, from where we have taken second method what we had calculated, post payback profit we got it as machine A 1 lakh and machine B 1,25,000. Okay, then fourth we have to calculate average rate of return method. So first we should calculate average annual profit here. So total profit divided by number of years. Total profit, how much we have? 50,000, 75,000, 1 lakh, 50,000 and 25,000 divided by 5 years. We will get it as 60,000. Then you have to apply ARR formula here. Average annual profit divided by net investment. Average annual profit we have 60,000 divided with net investment, that is 2 lakh into 100% means 30% we have a average rate of return here. Then for machine B we will check average annual profit equal total profit divided by number of years. Total profit we have 25,000, 75,000, 1 lakh, 75,000 and 50,000 what they have given in the problem, divided with 5 years, or else cumulative profit directly you can take. Okay, cumulative 3,25,000 what you got directly, that also you can take, divide with the 5 years, you will get a 65,000 here. Then ARR formula we will apply, average annual profit divided by net investment project into 100. So 65,000 we got a average annual profit, divided with the 2 lakh into 100, we will get it as 32.5%. Then fifth method we should calculate return per unit on investment method. So machine A we will check first, total profit divided by net investment into 100. So total profit we have 3 lakh here, means total profit nothing but cumulative cash flow. Okay, 3 lakh you have, net investment 2 lakh into 100, 150% we have a rate of return per unit. And machine B we will check total profit, we have it is 3,25,000 cumulative cash flow, right? 3,25,000 divided by 2 lakh into 100, 162.5% we will get. Then sixth method we will see return on average investment method. So average investment we should calculate here first, net investment divided by 2. So 2 lakh we have net investment, divided by 2, 1 lakh we will get. So rate of return on average investment, total profit divided by average investment. Total profit we got it as 3 lakh, right? Divided by 1 lakh into 100, 300% we have. Then machine B 3,25,000 divided by 1 lakh into 100, we will have it as 325%. The next seventh method, average return on average investment method. So average return already we have calculated, right? Average profit also we have calculated. So machine A average profit we have 60,000 and average investment 1 lakh into 100, we will get it as 60%. And machine B average profit we have 65,000 and average investment 1 lakh into 100, we will get it as 65%. Okay. So if they ask you to comment anything, you can suggest whichever is the highest rate of return you are having. Okay. Then we'll move on to sixth problem. I hope you are clear with this. Okay, if you have any doubt you can get back to me. We'll move on to sixth problem here. From the given information, find out net present value. Okay, from here we'll start with the net present value method. So cost of project we have 50,000. Annual cash inflow we have it as 24,000 for 3 years. Okay, the net present value factor they have given it is 8%. Fine. And here you have 1, 2 and 3 here. Okay. So first year you have 0.926, second year 0.857 and 0.793. Okay, here you have again first, second and third year. So first we'll calculate net present value here. How to calculate? Year cash inflow PV factor at 8% and present value cash flow. Already we have calculated the same problems in same methods we are following here in PV. In time value of money I have explained you in detail. First year, second year and third year cash flow they have given how much? 24,000. And net present value factor how much you have? 0.926. So if you multiply 24,000 into 0.926 you will get 22,224. Then 0.857, second year you have PV factor, 24,000 into 0.857, you will get it as 20,568. Then third year 0.793 into 24,000, you will get it as 19,032 rupees. Then total present value, how much we have, it is 61,824. This we are going to apply in the formula here. NPV equal to present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow. So present value of cash inflow we have 61,824 minus present value of cash outflow they have given in the problem, it is 50,000. So we will get a net present value of our project, it is 11,824. Okay. Then seventh problem, which project should be accepted under net present value method? Okay, cost of project they have given it is 1,80,000. So here you have 6 years they have given, 1 2 3 4 5 years. Then cash inflow, project A and project B. Project A we have 80,000, 64,000, 40,000. Fourth year nil, there is no cost, means there is no cash inflow. Then next you have 20,000 and 15,000. Project B we have 40, 42,000, 60,000, 80,000, 32,000 and 5,000. And discounted factor rate they have given 10%, 0.909, 0.826, 0.751, 0.683, 0.621 and 0.564. So calculation of net present value we will check first. Okay, so we have here year, first year, second year, third year, fourth year and fifth year. Okay, 5-6 years we have. Discounted factor they are given 0.906, 0.826, 0.751, 0.683, then 0.621, 0.564. These are the discount factor at 10% they are given. Project A we have 80,000 first inflow, right? So 80,000 into 0.909, present value we will get 72,720. Then second year we have it is 64,000. 64,000 into 0.826 will get 52,864. The next third year we have cash inflow 40,000 into 0.751. We will get it as 30,040 rupees. The next value we have it as nil. So we will get here 0. The next year 20,000 we have inflow. So into 0.621 we will get it as 12,420. The next 15,000 we have cash inflow. 15,000 into 0.564 we will get it as 8,460. Then project B we will see. We have cash inflow here 40,000 into 0.909 we will get it as 36,360. Then second year 42,000 into 0.826, 34,692. Then next year we have it as 60,000. 60,000 into 0.751 we will get it as 45,060 rupees. The next year 80,000 we have inflow, so 80,000 into 0.683 we will get it as 54,640. The next year inflow you have 32,000. 32,000 into 0.621 we'll get it is 19,872. The next year 5,000 we have here, so 5,000 into 0.564 we'll get it as 2,820. So we'll check present value, total present value of project A. We have it as 1,76,504. Project B we have 1,93,444. So NPV we have to calculate present value of inflow minus present value of outflow. So project A we have inflow how much, 1,76,504 minus outflow we have 1,80,000, so minus 3,496. Then project B we have 1,93,444 minus 1,80,000. So project B we have how much, 1,93,000, so we got it is 13,444, which you have to select what is the decision criteria under net present value method, which have a positive, okay, positive net present value, that we are going to select, and negative directly it will be rejected. So project B is accepted as it has a positive net present value. Okay, then we'll see the next problem. Calculate discounted payback period from the information given below. Cost of project they have given 6 lakh. Life of the project 5 years, you have annual cash inflow 2 lakh. So years they have given 1 2 3 4 5 years, and discounted factor rate at 10%, 0.909, 0.826, 0.751, 0.683 and 0.621. Okay, we'll see the solution. First we'll check cumulative present value and present value we should calculate here. Okay, 5 years they have given information, right? Cash inflow you have 2 lakh every year as they have mentioned. Discounted factor at 10%, we have it as 0.909 into 2 lakh, we'll get 1,81,800. And discounted factor second is 0.826 you have into 2 lakh, you'll get it as 1,65,200. Then 2 lakh into 0.751, you'll get it as 1,50,200. Then 2 lakh into 0.883, you have it as 1,36,600. Then 2 lakh into 0.621, we'll get it as 1,24,200. Then we should check cumulative present value. How to check? 1 lakh first year it is 1,81,800. Then second year 1,81,800 plus 65,200, 3,47,000. Okay. So 1,81,800 plus 1,65,200, 3,47,000 will get. 3,47,000 plus 1,50,200, so 4,97,200 we will get, plus 1,36,600, so 6,33,800, plus 1,24,200, so 7,58,000 we will get. The value of first and third year. Okay, we are going to first year and third year. Means third year we are going to check how much years it is. 4,97,200 we can recover. Still we have to recover 1,02,800 because 6 lakh we should recover, right? And next year if you go fourth year, 6,33,800 we have. So less than that previous you should check. Third one it is 4,97,200 you have. So you should go with the third year. Okay, here. So still you have to recover 1,02,800. Then fourth year how much we have it is 1,36,600 we have net present value. So first for 12 months it is. So we'll check it as for how many months we can recover 1,02,800. So 1,02,800 into 12 divided by 1,36,600, 9 months you will get. Means you can recover it in 3 years 9 months. Okay, payback period we have it is 3 years 12 months here. Okay. If you have any doubt till here, you can get it clarified from me. Okay, I'll meet you in the next class. Till then, take care.